There comes a time when we must step fully into the calling God has placed on our lives. We may feel unqualified, hesitant, or even unsure of how we will be received. But when divine authority rests upon you, no obstacle, no doubt, and no opposition can stand in your way. In Mark 1, verses 21 through 28, we see Jesus enter the synagogue and begin to teach. But this was no ordinary teaching. His words carried weight. His presence commanded attention, and his authority, his divine power, was so undeniable that even the unclean spirits had to bow. Today, I want to talk about walking in your authority. The authority God has given you to heal, transform, and break generational strongholds. The people in the synagogue had heard teachers before. They were familiar with the scribes and their interpretations of the law. But when Jesus spoke, something hit different. His words weren't just regurgitation of the same old tradition. They carried revelation and power. His presence didn't just fill the room, it shifted the atmosphere. His authority didn't come from man-made titles. It came from divine assignment. The same is true for us. When we are aligned with our divine calling, our presence will shift rooms. Our words will resonate deeper. Our work will challenge the status quo and shake up things that are meant to be removed. Many of us are called to heal, to teach, to break cycles, and to challenge dying systems. But you must understand that your authority does not come from the world. It comes from God. And when God authorizes you, no one can deny your calling. Verse 23 says, "Just then, a man in their synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out, 'What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God.'" Notice that the unclean spirit recognized Jesus before anyone else did. It wasn't the religious leaders. It wasn't the crowd. It was the spirit of bondage that knew Jesus' presence meant freedom was coming. Understand this. When you walk in your authority, you're going to stir up some shit, especially in the unhealed. Some people will react negatively because your presence confronts their wounds. Some systems will resist you because your work and your words challenge the oppression. Some relationships will shift because you are no longer aligned with dysfunction. Jesus didn't back down when the Spirit cried out. He didn't second guess his power. He simply said, "Be quiet. Come out of him." And the Spirit had to obey. When you walk in your divine authority, nothing can withstand the power God has placed in you. So after Jesus cast out that spirit, everyone was amazed. When you go to verse 27, you see them saying, "What is this? Is this a new teaching with authority?" He even gives orders to impure spirits and they obey him. When you walk in your divine purpose, people will recognize the power in you. Even before you recognize it in yourself, Your work, your words, and your presence will carry a different weight. But here's the key. You don't need to seek validation from others. Jesus didn't need approval to step into his role. Neither do you. The impact of your work will speak for itself. Many of us, right now in this season, are being called to do something that's never been done before in our families, our communities, even our industries. A lot may not understand it at first, but when you operate in divine authority, they won't be able to deny the results. The same authority that Jesus demonstrated in that synagogue is the same authority God has given you. The authority to heal generational wounds. The authority to speak life into broken situations. The authority to command negative cycles to end. The authority to stand in rooms where no one thought you belonged. Today, I challenge you to step fully into your divine assignment. No more second guessing. No more waiting for permission. No more shrinking to make others feel comfortable. Because when you walk in your God-given authority, even the things that once oppressed you will have no choice but to bow. Amen. And take heed.